Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakwadash. That's what this word ending calls God and Jesus Christ in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew tongue, and as well as these other folly names, as in Yahweh, Yahushua, Yahuwah, Yah, and so forth and so on. I'd like to give double honors to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well and teach well, raising up the tabernacles of David in these last days, seeking out the elect. And shout out to head of men in Exhortation, Brother Kazak, whom I teach under, and shalom to the like-minded brothers across the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and this word and truth and sincerity. And shalom to the few aqua out there watch and believe. I just come with a quick hit exhortation. I came across this article, and it kind of like startled me a little bit. Not even startled me, it kind of bothered me a little bit, because if you see the title, it says 5th grade health teacher hands out assignment to students asking who they would allow into a shelter during a nuclear attack. First of all, why would you even question? What would a 5th grader know what to do in this situation? Why would a 5th grader need to know what to do in this situation? So what benefit do you get out of the assignment, man? And quite frankly, I mean, it's probably not just 5th graders that they're asking in these schools. To me, it's like it could be like an alive assignment or assessment, just to see how the masses are thinking. Gathering data. To think how the masses are thinking, but it referred me to the scriptures as far as how the scriptures say, when iniquity may abound, will be abound, the love of many shall wax cold. That's what came to mind, because during a nuclear attack, during these times, who are you going to trust, if you don't have the spirit of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai on you to have that spiritual discernment to make the right decisions? Who are the masses going to trust besides their family or each other or the people that they come in contact with? And most importantly, these are things that that can really just kind of put your mind in a mind frame of the day of wrath, because you could be on the run, and you could be near some shelter, and the people that you come encounter with just might not be sitting right through the spirit, man. You need to learn how to make these decisions, of course, but for the masses, for them to make an assignment for a fifth grade class to do, and the choices, I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm gonna just read the choices that they had on here, which was crazy, because you'll see. It says a middle school teacher on Long Island has been pulled from the classroom after handing out a controversial assignment to 5th grade health students. According to the ABC 7 News, the assignment was given to students at Howard Matlin Middle School on September 11th by teacher and track coach Mandy Biter. Students were asked who they would allow into a fallout shelter in the event of a nuclear attack, and were given 10 options to choose from. Now, honestly, I mean, anybody would think, like, okay, if it's a nuclear attack, you're just gonna let anybody in. Normal people are just gonna be like, hey, everybody come inside, be safe, blah blah blah. So look at the options that the assignment gave them. A 16-year-old pregnant girl, a police officer with multiple charges of brutality pending against him. He has his gun. A 38-year-old retired prostitute, a 75-year-old priest, a 35-year-old sterile female doctor, and 7, a husband and wife. They refuse to be separated. He is a lawyer and she is an alcoholic. A 31-year-old homosexual architect, a 50-year-old musician previously addicted to cocaine, a 20-year-old drifter with no apparent skills. And it's like, Okay, what does any of their characteristics or their faults have to do with a nuclear attack happening and them trying to find shelter? You know, this could be a friend of a friend. You know, and this is to show you that if people are gonna judge whether they should save you or deal with you in the day of wrath, you know, because of who you might be or who they might know you from or what they might know you've done, and they just come and encounter with you in the day of trouble, and they just, hey, I'm not gonna help this person. This person is a pedophile. You know, you're not gonna have true friends. Is my point, man. You got to think about this, man. In the time and day of trouble, all the family, and I'm talking to the like-minded brothers, you know, people that's in truth, man, that you might come across family that just had a problem with you, man, and in the past years, in the day of trouble, in the day of wrath, man. And you know, and they might not be to your benefit in that day, you know. And this is for people that aren't, you know, basically just getting their house in order and getting their spirit right. If you don't have that spiritual discernment to make decisions, you may fall into a snare and fall into a category of hey, not, you know, just basically not going off the spirit, or the spirit's not with you to know what the decisions to make, and you may fall into a snare. You know, you may fall into a trap in the day of wrath, in the day of trouble. And you might think you know this person. This person might be a friend to you, might be close to you, might have, hey, I played basketball with this man at the court a few times, man. We ran a couple games, blah, blah, blah. Whole time, this man you never know what this man might have going on in his head. He might be a whole murderer, guy out of prison 5 years ago. And then the day of wrath come, hey, what he gonna be? He gonna be in survival mode for his family, man. You know? And it's like if when you on the run, you just need to have that spiritual discernment to know that, hey, you know, you don't know who are you running into. Now the masses are not gonna know. You know, they're just gonna be just all out, just survival, you know, full force, foot on the gas, survival, not caring. You know, because this is gonna be a time where people are gonna be raping women, you know, running through houses, stealing goods, you know, stealing for their families, stealing and killing for their families. You know, it's gonna be perilous times ahead, man. You know, so my point is that the love of many will wax cold, man. You know, and a friend is not going to be a friend in that day, man. Your only friend is going to be Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, if you got that spirit on you, man. If you got his spirit on you, and you know the Lord is dealing with you, and you got faith in the Lord, you know what I'm saying? You got faith in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, and he's blessed you with spiritual discernment and wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures, and you on the run, you need to have the mind frame that, hey, a friend is not a friend that's in the world is not going to be your friend in the day of trouble, man. And I feel like this article is a prime example, because it's a basically they're targeting a event that's just an all-out great death event, and they're questioning who would you let into a shelter during a nuclear attack, and basically giving 10 people with faults. You know what I'm saying? So who's to think they're not going to remember, hey, that's that nigger on the corner, those black guys on the corner that was hate white people. You see what I'm saying? Like, you put your mind frame in that. What if you was on the list? What if number 6 or number 5 was, hey, a 34-year-old black Hebrew Israelite? Are you gonna let him in the shelter? You see what I'm saying? So you gotta have that spiritual discernment to know, hey, and you might be close with this person, or you might know this person, you might have been around this person. You're not gonna have friends in that day, man. You're not. Your only friend would be Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, and him having the spirit. And what is Isaiah? Let me see. The stability of thy times is what? Yeah, 33:6 it says in wisdom. Isaiah 33:6, in wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation, and the fear of Yahweh is his treasure. Right. So your wisdom and knowledge is gonna get you. It's gonna get you in your faith as well. It's gonna get you through, man. But the wisdom and knowledge is gonna help you have that spiritual discernment, to know, to make the right decisions, man. Because you're not gonna be able to depend on family. Family already done cast you out. You're not gonna be able to depend on family. You got to depend on the Lord, man. What did the Lord say? The Lord says he's the refugee for the oppressed. I think that's in Psalms 9:9. It says, Yahweh also will be a refuge for the oppressed, a refuge in the times of trouble. And they that know thy name will put their trust in thee, for thou, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, has not forsaken them that seek thee. You see? So the Lord will be a refuge in that day. He will be our friend in that day, man. And he also said, basically roughly paraphrasing, if you come follow me and you do as I'm told, do as you're told and commanded, you'll be looked at as a friend of the Most High, man. But let's see what the scriptures say about these carnal friends, man. These carnal friends we have in the world, man. Why we can't trust just anybody in these times of trouble, man. It say this is a book Ecclesiasticus, chapter 6, also known as the book of Sirach, verse 7. It says, if thou wouldst get a friend, prove him first, and be not crazy to credit him. You see, because y'all might be on the run, and then it could be you, your family, and then you might run into somebody and you call a friend, and you might be like, oh, I know him, man. He good. He's solid. He's solid. He might let you into his shelter or something if you on the run from Esau or something, and the whole time he plotting on how to rape your woman. If the woman is with you, he plotting on how to rape your woman and take your kids hostage. Or if you got food with you and he ain't got much food, but he got medical supplies and you got food, he might be plotting on to take your food and keep his medical supplies, man. You know what I'm saying? And kill you or attempt to kill you, or anything. So it says prove him first and be not hasty to credit him. So in that day what we have to do? We have to weigh the spirit. We have to have spiritual discernment around the people that we encounter in the day of trouble in those days. We have to tread lightly around them and try the spirit and basically feel them out. It said, for some man is a friend for his own occasion and will not abide in the day of thy trouble. And that's right. It says, for some man is a friend for his own occasion. So he might get close to you, just for his benefit or his gain. You might have something he need or won't. You see what I'm saying? For some man is a friend for his own occasion, but in the day of thy trouble, he won't be there. He might just be there up until the chance that he has the right time to move in and get what he need from you. And then boom, soon as trouble come, martial law come or something, oh, he gone or he turned on you. And it says, verse 9, and there is a friend who being turned to enmity and strife will discover thy reproach. Again, some friend is a companion at the table and will not continue in the day of thy affliction. You see? So, and this is just a quick exhortation to put you in the mind frame that, hey, spiritual discernment is going to be a precious thing, man, in the days in the perilous days ahead, man. And, of course, the elect is going to be covered from the fire, from the nuclear war, but it's also the tribulations, in the midst, during Jacob's trouble, man. The trials and tribulations that you're going to run through in Jacob's trouble, which we don't know. We don't know yet. Some brothers may be preserved. Some brothers might have to go to a concentration camp. You know, you never know. You might be able to escape. It might be a lot to get into a concentration camp. You might meet few other brothers in the concentration camp, and you might end up escaping, and then spiritual power might come. You know, you got to know how to make decisions whatever predicament the Lord may have you in, man. You see? So Yahweh Shem Yahushua will be your only friend in the day of trouble, man. In the day of wrath, man. You know? Here you got fucking middle school teachers asking kids who they let in here, a 35-year-old prostitute, or a 75-year-old priest, or a 16-year-old pregnant girl, when it's all out chaos going inside, and they questioning the whole class of who they would let in based off of who and what they are and what they've done. So you think that people aren't going to look at you like that either if they recognize you from the corners, man? Oh, best believe some of these Edomites and these heathens, bro, are going to remember our faces, man. And then not only just the heathen as well, family members and friends, the people you went to school with, they ain't going to be on your side as well. You see? You know, and that's just a little quick exhortation that I wanted to hit on, man. That's just a point that I wanted to make. And people to understand that spiritual discernment is going to be a precious thing in the days of trouble, man. Yahweh Shem Yahushua will be the only friend, you know, and followers of him. You know, you might run into a like-minded brother, and you still have to test the spirit. Just because he knew the name Yahweh Shem Yahushua don't mean he was right in the truth. Don't mean that brother could have been wicked. You know what I'm saying? You might be on the run with somebody that's saying Yahweh Shem Yahushua, but hey, that don't mean that brother was right. That don't mean he's a friend of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean, you know, he's right in the spirit. So you got to use that amongst those who we see to believe that might be in the truth as well, or might be a prophet on the run as well. You know. That's just something, you know, I felt like brothers needed to hear and needed to know. You know, till next time, this is Brother Anatham Yard.